All right, and let's now take you to the Western Cape, as it's also been experiencing intense wildfire this season. For more on this, we are now joined by Cape Nature's Integrated Catchments Capability Manager, Deon Rossouw, to discuss how the public can act during this season, particularly in the Western Cape. Deon, thank you so much for your time this evening, sir. Let's start off here. When you look at the fires, particularly in the Western Cape, how intense have they been this time around when you compare it to other seasons?
It's actually been unprecedented. We've had, just for November, just for Cape Nature, we normally have 3 or 4 fires for November, and we've had 35. We've had really big fires as well. Wind has contributed a lot to our trying to contain the fires. And it's been a long slog already, and we still have February, March, possibly April and May to fight fires as well. We know that climate change is upon us, and we're finding fires much deeper into autumn now. So it really is a concern that we already has spent so much time and money on fires.
Of course, we do know that the coast experiences a lot of wind during this time of the year. What have been the main contributing factors to the fires, particularly in the Western Cape?
Yeah, so it's definitely been wind. I've got a lot of experience in firefighting, and the winds that we've experienced now are, we normally used to winds in September, August, September, October, and they're pushing right through to November, December. And that has been a huge contributing factor. And then the fact that we've had very little rain, and the veld is just so dry. Humidity is really low, and that's obviously been a very big contributing factor as well. But it's just unprecedented, fires that have started that we're not used to seeing, and going completely out of control very, very quickly.
We've also seen from the Gouga municipality in the Eastern Cape, I mean, they've been alluding to the fact that some of these fires have been deliberate, that they have been dealing with. And perhaps in the Western Cape, what is your message to the greater public in terms of how they should behave during this time of the year?
Well, I think the mantra should be, don't start a fire that you can't put out. I think that is the most important thing. We can't have multiple fires starting at any one time. So I think it's important that we need to be responsible, because a small flame can become a huge fire that has a huge impact on infrastructure, on lives, on property, and on livelihoods of people. If we look at the fires that we've had in the informal settlements, huge number of households that have lost entire structures, and we're dealing with a fire now in Paarl and in the Overberg, Stanford area, and Pearly Beach, where huge swaths of land have been taken out, and livelihoods have been affected. People are going to be losing their jobs. And it's incredibly expensive to put these fires out. We're looking at 130,000 rand for 130,000 rand per hour for a Black Hawk helicopter, and 60,000 rand for a Huey helicopter. So it's incredibly expensive to use these resources at fires.
And talking about fires, and when it comes to certain plants that do exist in the Western Cape, particularly the fynbos is something that has been spoken about for quite a while now. How quickly is it to light up that particular plant?
It's very quick, and keeping in mind that fynbos is a fire-driven system, so fynbos is adapted to fire, and given the right rotations and given the right fire frequencies, a fynbos thrives on fire. But when you have a high frequency fire, so something that occurs once every 4 years or once every 6 years, those seedlings that are busy growing don't have time to throw seed. And you do find local extinctions and impact on biodiversity. So that is a big problem. And then obviously, also the animals as well. Certain animals in fynbos have adaptations to hide away from fire. Snakes and certain tortoises can hide away from fire. Mostly animals can smell the smoke and run away. But animals do get caught, and there is significant damage. So it is very unfortunate. And us, along with the SPCA, do very, very good work in trying to mitigate the damage and the hurt to animals.
Yeah, and Mr. Rossouw, would you say that the fires facing parts of the Western Cape, they have been contained right now? And when it comes to any plans in place to ensure that we don't see another flare-up, I'm sure that this is something that you're working alongside authorities with.
Absolutely, and our partners are incredibly important. So Cape Nature is just one cog in a huge wheel of the fire protection associations in the Western Cape, the district municipalities, the volunteer wildfire services working on fire, and especially provincial disaster management. The provincial disaster management coordinates a lot of the work that we do, and it's really important that we have those contributions from those partners and stakeholders. But the fires aren't contained in the Western Cape. We have numerous fires that are still raging out of control. The Franschhoek fire is still completely out of control. Fires in the Overberg are still completely out of control. We saw what happened at Mossel Bay. That one, I think, as far as I know, has been contained. But there is, things aren't contained. So it's critical that the public and the viewers out there understand that please don't start a fire that you can't put out. We should sort of have almost like a no-braai week. Where people don't braai and don't go out and make fire. We are at our capacity at the moment. It's the first time that I'm aware of that we've utilized all the aircraft that are available to us. And we have what we call code reds, where we bring other municipalities in to assist the existing municipality, and we've had a number of code reds that we've had a call on that as well. So we really are stretched to our limit.
All right. Thank you so much for that update, Mr. Rossouw. That is Deon Rossouw there. He is Cape Nature's Integrated Catchments Capability Manager, giving us an update in terms of the responsibility of the public during this time, but also warning the public, saying that don't start a fire that you cannot contain.